Well, we're doing it. We're chopping up the bumper. Gotta make a big hole. Yeah, so here we go. I'm gonna punch some holes in these top corners. That way I have a rounded edge once I hack out the obvious blue spot. Wish me luck. Alright, we got a drill POV here. Oh, Jesus. Put it right there in the corner. Oh, I got no lighting here. There it is. Hole number 1 started. Alright, so there it is. Got a hole and another hole. That way, when we cut it, that line there, we'll have a nice rounded corner, and then we'll hopefully have a nice pretty hole. There's no turning back. Pardon the wind noise. Threw the intercooler on, just checking for fitment issues anywhere on the bumper. TurboXS provides a little spacer for the horn that's directly behind it, right about there. Kind of pushes it backwards out of the way. The horn over here on this side, you have to loosen it and just kind of swing it up out of the way, but so far everything's fitting up pretty good. Yeah, I'm just trying to get all the fitment issues and kinks worked out now, so that way when I do permanently install it, it doesn't have any issues. Working on tearing apart the car today. Just kind of peeking around, seeing what kind of work I'm going to have to do. Right now I'm just got done taking off the bumper. I'm not going to really tell you how to do it. There's a million ways of how to do it. There it is on the ground. There's the crash bar actually taken off. Self-explanatory. Remove a whole bunch of little plastic clips. Let's see here. These stupid plastic clips. Handful of these 10mm screw heads. A bunch on the bottom. And eventually the whole thing will pop off. And you're left with something along those lines. Okay. What I'm going to do next is take a look, see if I'm going to have any fitment issues, and I'm going to fit up the aftermarket crash bar. Alright, so I'm trying to figure out how to route the cold side piping underneath the headlight, and for some reason it's pretty tight. There's no instructions, so I've been trying to figure this out on my own. TurboXS does ship with a parts listing, and in that parts listing you want to find, no, I'm not going to find it. It's part number 23, or item number 23. It's a hex standoff for the washer fill bottle, and it looks like this. Nothing fancy. It's about maybe about an inch long, and what you do is it pushes the washer bottle out away from its normal mounting spot, and it shifts it to the outside of the vehicle, or to the driver's side about an inch. Alright, so I'm back up. A little off topic, that crash beam is on. It fits like a dream. Just loosely install all the hardware till you get everything started, and then you can go ahead and tighten it down. I can pretty much lift up and down the front of the car and shake it on that, and it's pretty solid. Anyway, back to these guys. There's 3 spots that connect the washer bottle. There's one here. Just for reference, here's the tire. One there. One down here. And then there's one in the back. So wheel, 3/4 inch extension, gonna go in, and it's back there, and you can kind of see the hole right where I'm pointing at it, but it's back in there, and you put the last one in there. Alright, with those 3 standoffs in place, it's not mounted, but you can see how it pushes the washer bottle out just a little bit, and then obviously that bottom one will be up here, and I'm assuming that makes that hole right there that you can't really tell. There's a hole right up there. Hopefully I can get some daylight right up in there. That's how we're going to route that boost tube. Okay, so I got that bottle back in place. I'm going to try and get you a vantage point. Well, you can see the air pump up there. This wire harness was up in this little tab. But I have a feeling that this tab is going to have to get chopped off because it causes a little bit of clearance issues. So I really want to run it right through there, but that tab gets in the way. Not a big deal. I'll probably just take a Dremel to it. And, well, excuse the catch can, but there's that hole we're trying to go through. Alright, so I'm realizing I never finished this. I don't know what happened. Brain's like a goldfish. Anyway. The intercooler ended up fitting up really well. The only spots I had issue with, I already talked about, and that was just how to route the cold side piping underneath the headlight. I ended up going in and I had to trim some small portions of the black plastic that's underneath the headlight that holds the front bumper on. You've already saw where I had to space out the washer bottle. I did have to cut some small tabs on the lower plastic part of the front bumper, where the bottom of the front bumper does one of these deals and goes over a little black lip thing. I don't know what you call it. Take off your front bumper. There's a little tray down there. Towards the back near the radiator, there's some tabs. I actually had to chop that off on both sides to allow the intercooler to move fully forward and fully backwards. Obviously going backwards is where those little tabs had to have been cut off. That was it. Everything else fell into place just fine. I'm probably going to make another video here very shortly with all the modifications that I did to the car. And at that point, I can show you, if you choose to click on another video, I'll show you the finished product of the intercooler installed. This was purely just what modifications I did in order to get it to fit. Alright, thanks for watching. Have a good night.